We have made it to our last and final country before we head back home. We are in Ireland, a country that, besides Norway, I love very much because of its uniqueness, scenic views, and everything that comes with Ireland. Let's get started with this video. So this morning we drove into Ireland and into the city of Dublin, and of course on a tour bus. So I was asleep while all that happened, and we crossed from the UK on a ferry, and well, now we're here. I rented a car and made my way out to, I'm not entirely sure 100% how to pronounce it, but I'm going to assume that it's Howth, which happens to be really close, about 45 minutes away from the city of Dublin. I have been here before, but that was back in 2017. I came with my mom and my grandma, and of course I didn't make any videos of it. Definitely one of the best places. Let's keep on walking to this lighthouse that is at the end of this path that I'm walking on. Hopefully it's not as windy as it is right now. I would like to add to what I was mentioning earlier is that this town is also like a fisherman's town. So basically this is a port. I say port, but it's really just a lot of boats. But there is a port for fishermen, like where they collect the fish and everything. But also along the side of this path that I'm walking on to that lighthouse, as you can tell, there's a bunch of boats, and they're not like big boats, but they're private little boats. We've made it to the lighthouse, which is actually the lighthouse behind me, which actually used to be used, but now there's a new lighthouse which is super tiny, smaller, a whole lot smaller than this one, and we're heading towards right now. But it is a big comparison, and it actually used to be, or maybe still is, a house to somebody, or somebody may live there, or there's an office in there or something, but it is decorated inside as if it was a house. So let's just assume that somebody actually lives there. But let's make our way over to this red and white lighthouse, which is just really a tower, but pretty scenic background to it. So let's go. This morning I woke up at like 6 in the morning. Started making my way over to the Moher Cliffs, but along the way I'm gonna get some coffee in this very small town of Kokor, and I'm gonna get a latte real quick before we continue making our way over to Moher. Alright, got my latte and we're ready to hit the road again. On to Moher. After a crazy 3-hour drive from Dublin to where we are now, I've made it to Cliffs of Moher. I think that's how you say it. These are the famous cliffs that a lot of people take pictures of here in Ireland. They are located about 3 hours west of the country, so you kind of have to drive out here. It is really, really beautiful here, and it is worth the 3-hour drive that I just drove on the left-hand side of the road, which still, till right now, feels like it's it's the wrong side of the road, but it's actually the correct side of the road. So, kind of feels weird. But, anyways, let me show you this beautiful part of Ireland. We're gonna start our way from the north side of the cliff all the way to the south. There's a few stops I want to make along the way, one being nearby, and it is a castle, well, a few castles actually. There's one here, and then there's one on the other side, and then just other viewpoints, and yeah, so let's get this adventure started today with going up to the north cliff and making our way south. This trail is actually going a whole lot further than I thought it was going to, which is not bad. It's good, because that means less people are over here. The less people, the better. If you go to the Welcome Center, that's going to be full of tourists because they do have bus tours that come out here and pretty much just bring a whole lot of tourists. So it does feel touristy towards like at the beginning, but once you get out and come out to pretty much dirt trails, it gets less populated, which is great. These views and the scenic part of everything is so beautiful. So I made my way back to the tower, like I said I was. A little bit of info on that tower back there is that the name of the tower is O'Brien Tower, and it was built in 1835. For it being that old of a building is actually pretty impressive. That it looks really, really good and really pretty, and not any sign of aging, but of course, since it's probably part of the government or something similar to that, they kept up with it, and they're keeping it pretty nice. But yeah, I didn't go inside because there's a line, and I don't really want to make the line in this wind. As you can tell, it's super windy right now, and it's a little bit chilly, and yeah, I didn't want to make a line. But if you're ever here, just make sure to check it out. It's probably better if you come in the morning or maybe late evening. I would say better in the morning though. I'm gonna head back to the car and drive to another viewpoint that I've wanted to go, and hopefully it's not as touristic over there. It is a few miles down south from where I am right now, so should only take about half an hour to get there. Alright, so fast forward about 25 minutes. I actually wasn't planning on stopping here because I didn't even know that this was along the way. But I saw it along the way while I was driving. I was like, whoa, there's a castle. And well, pretty much, of course, I had to stop and check out this beautiful castle here. It's not huge, of course, but you know, a castle is a castle, and it's here. And best of all, it is open to the public like to go in and check out. So I'm gonna go check it out inside. I'm gonna go check it out in the inside. But first, let me show you around this beautiful building. Of course, it has plants all around, but hey, it's a castle, whatever. Let's check out the inside and see how beautiful this castle is up there. Oh, and also, by the way, this is called Newtown Castle. It is also tied to a Burin College of Art, which I'm assuming is a college as it states. But let's check it out. Alright, so I came over here. I thought this was a little bit bigger, but I also thought this was pretty cool when I saw it on Google Maps, and so I decided to come over here, even though it's in the middle of the road. Weird. It is basically a miniature, castle, but there's drinking water. I'm assuming you can drink it because it's the Claire Console drinking water. And then it also says keep clean, so I'm gonna assume that you can drink it. The way that is inside of this, whatever this castle is, it's actually pretty cool to come and look at. Upon driving a little bit more on that road that I was driving on, I came across this lighthouse called Blackhead Lighthouse, which is basically on a bunch of rocks, and it's basically a lighthouse in the middle of it. This is actually pretty cool. It's right on the ocean. Galway, which is another city here in Ireland, is not very far. It's actually, I don't know if you can see it over there, but the buildings over there, that's actually Galway. So we're pretty close to Galway. I think that's how you say it, or at least that's how it's pronounced. And it's pretty neat to see a lighthouse like this. Probably shouldn't be on this side because there's a camera there. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Along with the scenery, I mean, this is perfect. This is perfect. After spending a bit of time at the lighthouse, I went into Galway just in time to watch the sun disappear across the horizon. Ireland is definitely one of those places you need to cross off your list, and if you have the time, explore it all. As for this time, I really enjoyed my time in Ireland and revisiting places that I've been to before that brought memories back. I definitely plan on going back to Ireland and visiting places that I have not been to. But till then, another adventure awaits.